All right, we have one final example from the opening style of simplistic likely having a vertex without movement, and that is number 4. Now this is the first time that the x and y are on the same side of the equation to begin with, but we know from our basic knowledge going back to Algebra 1 that we don't want the x and y to be on the same side, and so we are going to go ahead and adjust this equation to match that. So the first thing I would do is probably move the x squareds to the other side, and then notice that they're both negative, so divide, but remembering to make that into a fractional exponent versus keeping it as x squared over 12. So when I have it in my standard form, which I do, then I need to be able to say what kind of parabola it is. So because it is a y equals x squared, which was our traditional, most known and common one, we're going to say it's a vertical parabola. Because our coefficient is positive, we're going to say that it opens up. I don't see any shift on the x or the y, no addition or subtraction, so that lets me know that my vertex is at 0, 0. Now because it opens up, I'm going to write that my focus will be above, because the focus is always going to be inside, and I'm going to write that my directrix will be below. Again, physically writing them in this orientation is not a requirement, but it is helpful in the early stages to help you kind of keep track of where the information should be. So we need to set up our equation to figure out what that p distance is. So we will start with the 1 over 4p that we always use, and use our coefficient of 1/12. When we solve for that, we will get a value of p equals 3, which means I should move up 3, which remember changes the y coordinate, and then I will change the y coordinate as well. So if I'm changing the y coordinate, it also is indicative of using a y equals. So I can say that it's because it starts with a y equals, I can say because I'm changing y directions, I can say because it's vertical and vertical affects the y. There's so many reasons to make the connection as to what kind of equation that is. And there's our example 4, complete.